Welcome to Card of Destiny. I'm Pandora. If this video found you, it means it's meant for you to hear. This is a message for you. Today, we'll explore your relationship, how you and your partner see and feel about each other, the current dynamics, and what the future may hold. If you enjoy my readings, please subscribe and share. Your support means the world to me. Let's begin your reading. You, the person who is watching. Princess of Wands upright. You're stepping into this connection with a fire in your spirit and a spark in your soul. The Princess of Wands represents someone who is vibrant, curious, fearless in expression, and unafraid to shake things up. This is your energy right now, bold, alive, perhaps even a little rebellious when it comes to love and emotional expectations. There's something radiant about you at this moment. Maybe you're rediscovering your own inner fire, remembering that love doesn't mean shrinking or waiting or holding back. Maybe you've decided that you will no longer dim your light just to be more palatable in someone else's world. Your heart wants to explore, to feel, to live in color again. You might be embracing a new phase, emotionally or even creatively. There's an urge here to express yourself fully, to love freely, to not apologize for wanting more. This card carries an energy of reinvention and passionate courage. If this is a new relationship, you're showing up in your full authenticity. If this is a long-standing connection, you may be shaking off old layers and stepping into your truth unapologetically. But the Princess of Wands can also feel uncertain sometimes. She's bold, but not always grounded. You might be feeling torn between the thrill of passion and the fear of vulnerability, between wanting to be fully seen and wondering if it's safe to let someone in that deeply. There's a beautiful bravery in you, but also a need for gentle validation. You don't want to be tamed, but you do want to be held. Right now, your energy says, I'm alive, I'm ready, I want to be met here. You're igniting change. You're daring to feel fully. And you're not here to play it safe. You're here for something real. Your partner. Four of Swords reversed. This person is in a very different space. The Four of Swords reversed often points to mental unrest, emotional avoidance, and an inner battle they haven't fully addressed. While you are blazing forward with fire and feeling, they are more inward, more hesitant, and perhaps even overwhelmed. Your partner may be coming out of a period of silence or withdrawal, but it's not necessarily because they feel ready. The reversal suggests they've paused healing before it was complete. They may be restless, unsure, and emotionally unavailable in subtle but real ways. They might say they're okay, but there's an unspoken tension in them. It's like they're walking out of a cave, blinking in the sunlight, unsure how to be in the open again. This card often appears when someone has tried to put a lid on something unresolved, trauma, a breakup, a mental pattern, or an emotional truth, and now it's bubbling up. They may be acting distant, or overly focused on logic, or giving mixed signals. One day they want closeness, the next they need space. It's not personal, but it's hard. They may also be trying to reconnect, but without fully processing what happened in the past. They want peace, but they haven't earned it yet. Not because they're unwilling, but because they haven't fully turned inward. You might sense this. Their energy might feel like a puzzle, one that both draws you in and pushes you away. This person may love you deeply, but they're not entirely present. Their body might be here, but their mind is somewhere else. They need healing, but they don't want to admit it. They need rest, but they feel pressured to perform emotionally. And you, dear Princess of Wands, feel this dissonance with every heartbeat. The reversed Four of Swords isn't an ending, but it is a pause. They're not yet able to meet you where you are. Not because they don't care, but because they're still trying to meet themselves. Current situation, the Magus reversed. This is where things get intense. The Magus reversed, also known as the Magician reversed, speaks of illusion, miscommunication, manipulation intentional or not, and the breakdown of trust. When upright, this card represents clarity, manifestation, and the alchemy of intention. But reversed, it warns of distorted energy, of someone saying the right things but not backing them with truth. In your relationship, this can manifest in a few ways. There may be a communication issue, one where messages feel unclear, where you're not sure what's real and what's not. There could be promises made that aren't followed through, words that sound poetic but feel hollow, or even silence that leaves too much room for painful assumptions. This card also speaks to power dynamics. Someone here may be holding more emotional or mental control, perhaps not in a cruel way, but in a self-protective one. The reversed magus sometimes appears when one person is trying to shape the relationship through fear or uncertainty instead of transparency. And that creates imbalance. You may be feeling confused by their actions. One moment you feel like there's a connection, the next you question your intuition. Are they truly interested? Are they still carrying something from their past? Are they being honest with themselves and with you? This card may also reflect internal confusion for both of you. You may be trying to manifest something powerful together, but there's static. There's a block in the channel, and neither of you is sure if it's timing, fear, or something deeper. Ultimately, the reversed magus asks both of you to clear the air. No games, no poetic detours, just truth. Honest, imperfect, vulnerable truth. That's the only way this bond can stabilize. Until then, there's a fog, and in that fog, misunderstandings breed. Possible outcome: the Empress upright, and now the light returns. The Empress is one of the most beautiful cards to appear as an outcome, especially in relationships. She is softness, abundance, growth, and unconditional love. She represents a future where love can blossom into its most nurturing, life-giving form. But this is not guaranteed. It must be cultivated. This outcome suggests that despite the current tension, there is a real chance for this connection to become something deeply fulfilling. The Empress says, there is potential for rebirth, for emotional openness, for beauty. But it will require emotional honesty, patience, and a deep respect for each other's growth. For you, this means honoring your fire, but learning when to be gentle with yourself too. You don't have to burn bright all the time to prove your worth. You are already radiant. For your partner, this means slowing down, healing, returning to presence. It means learning to love without fear, to trust again, to feel instead of overthinking. Together, the Empress represents a connection that can heal into something stable, sensual, creative, and joyful. You could nurture each other. You could grow something beautiful, like a relationship, a family, a shared dream, or even a new version of yourselves through this love. But here's the key. The Empress won't grow in a space of confusion and mistrust. The foundation must be cleared first. Truth must be spoken. And love must be chosen, not just felt. This is not about fantasy. It's about real love. Love that holds space. Love that listens. Love that doesn't try to fix or control, but simply nurtures. Conclusion. This is a powerful connection between two very different energies. You, the Princess of Wands, are alive with passion and courage. You're stepping into your truth, ready to love from your full self. You want joy, movement, and emotional honesty. You're not here to play small. You want to feel love that lights your soul and expands your world. Your partner, on the other hand, is wrestling with internal silence. They may have pulled away at a time when you needed closeness. They're in a period of emotional and mental unease, and it's making them hard to reach. They might not even fully understand why they're distant, but you feel it, and it hurts. The relationship as it stands now is clouded by the magus reversed. There's confusion, words without weight, unclear intentions. But this is not irreversible. You both have the power to shift this, but it will take radical honesty. Are you both willing to drop the masks and speak from the soul? Because if you are, the Empress waits. And she brings softness, healing, pleasure, and depth. She offers the chance to grow something sacred, something stable, something nourishing. This reading doesn't promise ease, but it promises possibility, the kind that blooms when truth is spoken, hearts are heard, and both people say yes to the work of love. So, the question now is, will you both meet in the middle, not as wounded versions of yourselves, but as the people you're becoming? If the answer is yes, the future holds something truly beautiful. Thank you for watching my video. I hope this message brought you the clarity you needed. If you enjoyed it, please support my channel. Good luck on your journey.